Today's horror manga dub and narration is Exorcism Spring, from the horror anthology 100 Ghost Stories of My Own Death by Matono Anji. If you enjoy the story at any point in time, please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this chilling tale. Our story begins with a sign titled Exorcism Hot Spring. Results in seconds for spiritual disorders, stiff shoulders, lower back pain, and more. Inside the hot springs, an elderly man approaches, with a strange elderly demon behind him.
That's hot.
Ugh. But in a crazy turn of events, as the woman's body touches the hot spring, she begins to melt, thaw, and resolve into a dew. The flesh on her face begins to droop and her eyeballs fall out. "What bliss, I'm in heaven," the elderly man says. "The hot spring was amazing." The owner of the spring bids him farewell. "Thank you for your patronage." He flips the sign around, which reads "Closed for the day," and calls to his loving wife. "Momoko! Look here, today was as profitable as ever. We can treat ourselves to feasts with this much." But to his surprise, she retaliated, saying, "Could we put an end to this already? The hot spring?" "What?" "I feel bad for our clients. We're lying to them, claiming our tap water is a natural hot spring that can cure spiritual disorders." The husband looks down in disappointment, and then he raises his head, saying, "But it's the truth. Their disorders are being cured. We mix salt in with the hot water to wash the spirits away. And the only place for them to go is inside of a drain that's warded with spiritual talismans. As much of an exorcism as any other." "But it's not a natural hot spring." "If we say that it is, many more customers will come though, which leads to more people being aided by our services. If you can tell a lie that benefits everyone, wouldn't that be the most splendid lie?" She stared at him for a moment as sweat dripped down her sick body. And she paused. "What's wrong? Are you still not satisfied?" "I'm frightened. I'm nearly dead already. That's why I'm afraid of the spring." Don't say such things." "I can tell. You know, it won't be long before I cross over to the other side." The husband moved his hand toward her, trying to comfort her, saying, "When that time comes, I'll make sure you feel nothing but happiness." He placed his hand on her forehead as she chuckled. "Really?" "Of course, and that's not a lie." The next day, he stood outside of the spring, sweeping away all the rubble and debris. The door behind him slowly opened. "Momoko, what is it? You should be resting." But she responded to him with sweat dripping down her body. "I feel great today. It's been such a long time. Could we go in together?" He looked at her in shock. This was the first time in ages she had offered such a thing. And so, the two of them undressed and headed toward the hot springs. He was the first to enter inside, followed by his wife. The two of them sat in there for a moment as she enjoyed the heat, but the husband couldn't help but stare.
You're staring.
He splashed water in his face. But that was when he realized something. Huh? He cupped the water into his palms and licked it. Something was off. There's not any salt mixed in with the water? He dunked his head underneath, staring down toward the bottom, and what he saw was... the talismans were stripped away too? Momoko, this is bad! We have to get out now! But that was when Momoko grabbed him by the arm, and she began to start laughing. Wait, don't tell me you did this? Why? Why did you trick me? And then emerging from the water was a myriad of hands, pulling the husband in toward the hot spring. As they pulled the husband into the spring, she repeated those familiar words. If you can tell a lie that benefits everyone, wouldn't that be the most splendid lie? Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'd like to take this time to give a very special thanks to my Patreons and YouTube members. Sarah de Jesus, Motosurf, Cleo, Dason Animus, Ali Wei, Pteranodon Girl 1, and Myuu. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you're important and you matter. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.